Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to my online class. My today's class is for the students of honors first year who are newly admitted into the Department of English at Gurudayal Government College. Dear students, let me first introduce myself to you. Dear students, I am Rokshana Akter. I am a lecturer in English at Gurudayal Government College. I belong to 31st BCS. Previously, I served at Netrakona Government College. I stayed there for 3 years and presently I have been serving in these institutions. At first, a very warm welcome to you all on behalf of my department. Actually, we are supposed to take physical classes, but due to COVID situation, classes are not held physically and we are taking the online classes. So it is your duty to take part in the online classes regularly. Dear students, already you have got an orientation class and a class from the head of the department, Muhammad Sulaiman Khandokar sir, and other consecutive classes from the senior teachers of my department. And this is going to be my first online class with you. Since it is my first online class, I have something very important to share with you. That is, everybody will consider you. You are very lucky. You are very fortunate that you got a chance in a royal subject. There is no doubt English is a royal subject, but you cannot consider yourself lucky. You cannot consider yourself fortunate if you do not complete the whole courses successfully. That is from honors first year to honors final year, and in the master's course you have to complete all the courses successfully, and only then you can consider yourself fortunate, you can consider yourself lucky. And there is another thing, that is, please don't get afraid of studying English literature. You will find that when you will appear in the class, there are so many terms, there are so many words that will be very much uncommon to you. In these cases, please don't get nervous. Just keep in mind that you will not learn all the things in a single day. Rather, you will learn all the things gradually. And in our department, I must say, all the teachers from my department, they are highly qualified. They have a good experience in this teaching profession. So you have nothing to worry about. You just attend the classes regularly, okay? And I'm talking about the unfamiliar things, and that is like in case of poetry, you will find that the genre of poetry may be like the poem can be lyric, ode, sonnet, dramatic monologue, metaphysical poetry, and so on. And in writing poetry, the poets often use simile, metaphor, synecdoche, metonymy, hyperbole, climax, anticlimax, assonance, alliteration, and so many things. Now you see, these words are very much unfamiliar, but just keep in mind that you are not going to learn all the things in a single day. Rather, you will learn all the things gradually. So dear students, today I select a topic from a course in your syllabus, and the name of the course is Introduction to Poetry. Here you will find 2 volumes, and my today's poetry is taken from volume 1. The name of the poem is I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. It is a poem written by William Wordsworth. I hope you to remember in your previous class, your Mahbuba Sultana ma'am talked about the definition of poetry that was given by the most famous writers in the history of English literature, and one of them was: poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility. And these famous definition of poetry is given by William Wordsworth. Now, today we will talk about a poem written by William Wordsworth, and the name of the poem is "I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud." So, dear students, our today's topic is "I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud." It is a poem written by William Wordsworth. Before I start the poem, I have something to tell you about William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth started a new kind of poetry in the history of English literature, and that kind of poetry is known as romantic poetry. This man, William Wordsworth, was greatly influenced by the French Revolution. French Revolution began in 1789. The main slogan of French Revolution was liberty, equality, and fraternity. And this man, William Wordsworth, was greatly influenced by the French Revolution and by the French writers. Like I said before, William Wordsworth started a new kind of poetry with the publication of the lyrical ballads. Actually, it was a joint collaboration of William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. Both these gentlemen published the lyrical ballads in 1798. In these lyrical ballads, there were 23 poems. 19 were written by William Wordsworth and 4 were written by S.T. Coleridge. So you can see this romantic poetry has some salient features. That means romanticism has some salient features. If we go through the romantic style of writing poetry, Wordsworth himself told that he is going to write a new kind of poetry, both in style and both in theme. So, the first quality of romantic poetry is it must deal with common theme. Since the theme is common, the language is also going to be common. Number 2 is love for nature. Romantic poets show a great inclination in love for nature. William Wordsworth is called the poet of nature. He is the worshipper of nature. Nature was everything to him. Nature was, he considers nature as a nurse, guide, and guardian of his moral being. Then in romantic poetry, you will find the idea of imagination. Wordsworth himself told that a poet is very different from a common man because a poet bears a sensible mind which is very absent in a common. Romantic poets romantic poet bear a lofty thought in their mind. That means their imaginative power is very much high in creating poetry. Another feature of romanticism is subjectivity. Every romantic poet expresses their personal feelings, beliefs, opinions in their poetry. See, that is why we can say that subjectivity also shows a feature in the romantic poetry. The next feature can be a use of supernaturalism. That means supernatural ideas are also used in the poetry of romantic poets. Then another feature may be love for revolt. In these cases, we can mention the poetry of P.B. Shelley and the poetry of Lord Byron. Both these poets show a revolt in their poetry against various social injustice that was happening at that time. The next quality of romantic poetry is love for Hellenism. Hellenism means love for Greek art and Greek culture. In this respect, we can remember or recollect the name of John Keats. This man has a fondness for Greek art and Greek culture. Now you can see that there are various features that is obvious in the romantic poetry. That is, the poets in the romantic era follow all the features in their poetry. And as I said before, William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge jointly started a new type of poetry in the history of English literature, and the later writers or poets as in P.B. Shelley, John Keats, Byron, they all follow them, that is the rules of romantic writing of poetry in their writing as well. Dear students, I will not prolong my today's classes any longer. I hope you all do join our online classes regularly. That is happening every Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday. And in my next class, I will go through the whole poem. I will try to give every detail of the poetry so that you can understand or you can find the pleasure of studying English literature. Until then, please be safe and take care of yourself so that you can protect yourself from any upcoming danger. And thanks for attending my class. Hope to see you soon. Once again, thank you. Take care and Allah Hafiz.